Hey guys, I want to walk you through a fairly new inflatable fishing kayak. They hit the market this past year, and man, haven't they come a long way? This thing, I had people when I posted a photo on Facebook were like, hey, is that an inflatable? Because it looks so much like a hard shell. And so this guy right here, the Wilderness Systems iA.T.A.K, which I'll explain in just a moment, just might take the crown. I'm gonna walk you through kind of the pros and cons of inflatables in general. Then I'll walk you through the specs of this guy. Then we're gonna go out there, get it on the water, and I'm gonna give you my download on how it fishes and how it handles. All right, let's hop in. First off, let's share some reasons why someone may want an inflatable kayak, right? It may be perfect for the angler who may be unable to load and unload a heavier kayak. So these tend also to have a higher load capacity than hard shells, so great for loading up with gear and going on camping adventures. Also, inflatables are typically very, very stable because they're so buoyant. Also, they're typically wider than your hard shells, make them also more stable. Really great for when I want to take my kids out kayak fishing with me. All right, one of the #1 reasons that people go inflatable is because they're so compact. That thing right here came out of this little duffel bag that has wheels on it, which is really nice. So it allows you to store it really easily, as well as being a throw and go. You can throw this in the back of the trunk of your car and you're off to in fishing, right? Now, you also don't have the potential cost of storage. You don't have the potential cost of a trailer. So this also could be more cost effective for you. So this kayak has a drop stitch design, and these models have rock hard rigidity, along with the addition of a chine in many cases, which we'll flip this over at the end and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And the chine really refers to the area where the side wall of the kayak meets the bottom of a hull. Actually, we'll just go ahead and flip this over right now. There we go. So the chine is going to be that right there. Now, a soft chine exhibits really gentle curves, while a hard chine has abrupt edges. So what we're looking at here is a soft chine. However, the drop stitch design makes them a higher performing and more stable paddling platform than your traditional inflatable kayak. So drop stitch is the work of millions of tiny fibers stitched together, and they work similarly to like plywood, like serving as the kayak sheathing and making the hull more resistant to twisting and warping when paddling. Another thing you get with drop stitch kayaks, the most significant benefit is their ability to hold a higher PSI, right, when fully inflated. So many drop stitch kayaks can have between a 6 and 10 pound per square inch PSI, with some holding up to 15 PSI, but comparatively traditional inflatable kayaks often don't hold more than 2 PSI without like bursting a seam. So what we have here is on the floor, you can inflate this to 10 to 12 PSI max, and the same thing with the sidewalls. And by the way, if you guys wondered, this is how you blow this thing up, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Right, so you might be asking yourself, why in the world does the PSI matter? Well, it matters because it's going to give your inflatable fishing kayak more durability and stability when you're out there on the water. Next, let's talk about the seating system, which is pretty sweet. It really just locks in here. It's got some foot pads on the back over here. But this is called an Ergoboost seating system, and it's really one of Wilderness Systems' most comfortable seats. It's adjustable to allow for a higher seating position and really just a better field of view when you're fishing, which I'll show you in just a moment. But it can be folded down, and it's called an Ergoboost because, check this out, you can just sit on top of this thing or stand on it when fishing, which I thought, really? It's gonna be that stable? And so what I like is I can just kind of sit here on this bad boy, and it just gives me a much higher point of view. Now, I don't have a backrest or anything. Also, and I'm gonna try this out when we get this out in the water, they say that you can fish from this bad boy, and I feel like I am like 1,000 miles in the air. I feel like I'm on a bass boat right now. So we'll see about that when we get that on the water, but I love that as an option. So next, let's talk about what they call their Fishbone technology. So this kayak, let's flip it over, has a Fishbone displacement hull. This guy right here. So this is an injection molded nose cap that pushes the water aside, tracks straight, cuts the water with very little effort. Essentially, they created a hard shell design with an inflatable kayak, which is pretty rad, because usually, right, good tracking is a con of inflatable kayaks. Not with this guy, because not only is it got a track in the front, you have a Skeg you can throw on the back. You guys see this? Slide that in there, and you don't have the cord wrapped around it. There you go. I'm not gonna put it on the way, I gotta take it out. So there you have it. This is going to help you track much straighter when paddling than if you didn't have those. So this guy's gonna have 4 accessory mounts. As you can already see here, I put a RAM mount out for my phone. It's a 1/4 mount right here, which is nice. Accessory mount there, accessory mount there, accessory mount here, and one right there. It also comes with an accessory rail, which is pretty rad as well. So you can attach, you know, a phone here, you can do some fishing rod holders off to the side. I'll tell you what I like about this already. I can already tell if I'm sitting in here, getting to be an old man, folks. When I'm sitting here and I need to get up and down, I can easily just grab this and lift myself up, or where I'm dropping down in the seat, I can hold it, and this thing easily let me just fall back in that seat so I don't drop 5 or 6 inches before I hit the seat. And a few other items that it comes with. Of course, you got the Skeg. It's gonna come with this bad boy, which is really this massive pump. All right, so this is a dual action pump. It's gonna inflate when you pull up, and we should push down. Still, that's a lot of pumping for that big old kayak. And this guy right here is a repair kit. So, good job on that. And something else that it comes with is this battery inflator, and it comes with these guys as well. To be completely honest with you, already I wasn't going to use this because I tried to connect it with one of the connectors, and actually it would had to just like stand there and sit there the entire time, and it just didn't seem beefy enough to me. So room for improvement. This is probably the only thing so far that I've seen is the battery pump, which if you read some of the reviews, this is a complaint. But to be completely honest with you, when I got this thing, I knew that this might be underperforming, and so what I did is just took the attachment, let me show you, and I just taped it to one of my nozzles right here, and that's how I hooked it up to my air compressor. So I got so many of these nozzles, so this will probably just be the nozzle that I use for my inflatable fishing kayak. So I mean, I didn't get inflatable fishing kayak for the quality of the pump, and so not a big problem for me because the kayak itself so far is freaking sweet. A few of the things you see on these, some soft carrying handles for the front and back. My wife and I just carried this out, no problem. It's got the bungee built in on the front. It's also got the D-rings already on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You put a kayak crate, you'd be able to strap that guy down. Now, I like this because it's not something you typically see on an inflatable kayak. These are going to be pressure release valves, and so if you're out in the hot sun, and of course things will expand in the heat, this thing isn't going to blow a seam, right? Because it has a pressure release valve, and at 14 psi this thing will activate and it will alleviate that pressure and let some air out, so you don't have to worry about your fishing kayak exploding on you when you're out in the water, or if you happen to bring it home, you're letting it dry in the sun before you store it back up and put it in the duffel. It's not going to explode, and your investment's not going to be wasted. A couple more things. This is kind of fun. It's got a measuring ruler already built into this bad boy, which is nice. You know, sometimes if you're in a fishing tournament, I don't want to have to go like reach behind me and grab my catch board. So it's really nice to know, hey, I need an 18-incher, right, to upgrade. So I can easily throw it down and be like, oh, that's a 17, easy. So I'm not going to take the time to reach out, position my catch board, get the fish on it, only to find out it's not going to help me. It's not going to be an upgrade for me. So that's nice. These are really easy to install. These are going to be your foot pegs, and so you basically slide it in the side, push it forward, and that has webbing on the back, so it won't go back. And you can adjust these really easy by moving it forward and backwards. If you don't like those, you can take them out. And some of the final features on this, got some nice track pads here on both sides where your feet will go most of the time. So it's got a nice track pad in the back, because I know likely you're going to put some type of kayak crate back here, and this is going to help keep it a little more sticky, and it's going to help it not fray a hole in the base of your inflatable kayak. Being an iA.T.A.K, which is iA.T.A.K stands for Advanced Tactical Angling Kayak 110, this is signifying this is an 11-foot kayak. The width on this guy is going to be 38 inches, so it's going to be a little over 3 feet. The weight of it's going to be 44 pounds. It's got a max weight capacity of 650 pounds, which is crazy, and it's a little under a foot in height. All right, guys, let's stop talking about it. Let's get this bad boy out in the water, see how it handles, see how it fishes, see how stable it is, see if I can stand on the back of the seat. All right, throw this back in my truck. Let's head out to the lake. All right, it's a bit of a windy day, so we're gonna put this thing to the test now on the old inflatable action. All right, first time paddling this bad boy. Against the wind. On a day like today, you really gotta find some lily pads, get caught up, because you're just gonna get it blown around. I'm not used to this paddling stuff. I'm used to my pedal drive, but so far, so good. I respect those who paddle primarily, because this, my friends, it's tiring after a while. Let's see how it handles over some lily pads. Mowing down lily pads. And I'm gonna try out this booster seat. So put this down. Oh yeah, I like sitting up this high. I'm gonna stand in this thing in just a moment. See how stable it really is. All right, like I said before, I like this right here, because you can kind of stand up to steady yourself. Let's see, I got pretty good balance. I'll be honest with you, it feels like just as stable as my hardshell kayak right now. All right, now the real test, because they said you can stand up on this. Can you do it? All right, I'm up on the seat. So you can, once you're up here, you gotta have really good balance to be up here. But if I hit a stick or something right now, I might be going in the water. Once you get in your spot, it's a comfortable fishing platform. I got a spot to nestle right into. Yeah. There we go. My first fish in the iA.T.A.K. Little guy. I just kicked up some fry. A little late type of fry garter, but you never know. Never know. If daddy's guarding the fry. There we go. Oh, that's a nice fish. Oh, that's a nice fish. That's a nice fish. Come here. Come here. Please, calm down. Oh, look at that girl. Yes. That's got to go on the board. I am in the lilies picking up some nice fish. Nice fish. What do you guys think? I'm thinking 1875. 1875. It's like a perfect 1875. Calm down, fishy. That was a nice fish. You know it's better than one nice fish? I love this booster seat. Up over the lily pads, able to have a nice higher line of sight. All right, guys, I've been fishing in this for a couple hours now, and as you can see, I'm standing up fishing. This is incredibly stable. Now, if I want to fish on the seat, it takes a little bit to get up there. You just can't step up there. See if I can do it. You can step on the seat. You just have to, like, if you wanted to fish from the seat, you definitely could. Once I'm up here and there's no wind, man, I feel like I'm up here. I feel like I'm on a bass boat right now. This is weird. You can fish like this, and so once you're up here, you're good, but you're gonna have to stabilize yourself to get up here. I'm just really impressed by this kayak, right? It tracks well. It's got that Skeg. I mean, it tracks better than an inflatable wood track, right? Because it's got the Skeg and it's got the Fishbone on the front, which is nice. And all in all, I think fishing lily pads is awesome. Just goes right over top of them. And once you kind of get in these guys, man, this is a lot of fun. And there you have it, the inflatable iA.T.A.K. And I got one over today by an inflatable kayak. Man, they've come such a long way, and this definitely could be a fishing machine. It's got everything that you need. If you wanted to mod it out, it's got all the accessory mounts that you need for that. Rigid, stable. I'm standing up on a seat, catching fish. So if you don't have the room to store one, you live in an apartment on the 3rd floor, the inflatable iA.T.A.K. may be right for you. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If you like kayak fishing reviews, got a whole playlist full of them. You check them out right there. I'm gonna keep on fishing, see if we can pick up some more. See ya.